Surprise! I'm going to ask a question and I want you to be honest. How many of you thought we would never get back to the closet? Be honest now. My hand is raised too, y'all. I really wasn't sure I was going to get back to this. Now, we're starting off with some old footage. You can see I've still got tape on the wall from when I was decluttering in here. I was still wearing a mask at the time, but I don't know if my face is even shown in this part of the video. But in any case, I did get off to a valiant start on filling up this closet. Now, let me go ahead and go back in time to tell newbies and people who don't even remember that I ever made a video about my closet. Let me tell you the deal. Here's the thing. Early this year, I started going through my clothes, and it was quite a task because I haven't really done that in at least 15 years and maybe more. You can check out that playlist, but I know there are at least 6 or 7 videos on this topic. I had a handyman come over and install new shelving so that I could totally maximize the number of clothes that I could hang up. I was starting to wear out a little bit, but I thought that's okay. I can alternate. I can do another kind of video sometimes, and we'll just keep on plugging away at this. And I was letting go of lots of stuff. I then bought some new hangers because I thought this will help me fit more clothes into my closet. I bought these pink hangers with pretty rose gold finish because I of course need pink in every room. I didn't think that through. I will have to figure out what to do there because I really don't want pink to be part of every single room. I need to think about that, but I'm not going to do that today. That is a problem for future me. I'm just putting clothes on hangers right now. I'm separating them into piles after I put them on the hanger. I have got t-shirts. I have got 3/4 sleeve and long sleeve that I'm just putting together. And then I have short sleeve blouses. But yeah, it's kind of getting overwhelming. So I'm going to pile this up on the ottoman because why else is it there? Don't worry. It doesn't stay there, I promise. Let's get back to the story, though. I was going along, struggling a little bit, going through clothes because I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed. And then I got the bright idea to do my t-shirt collection, which is one of my big collections. And it's one of those collections that is an identity collection. I wear them to represent different moods, different feelings, different beliefs. And by the time I was done going through almost 400, I had narrowed it down to 200 and something else. And all I can say is that my brain broke. There was something about the fact that I had done lots of focused work on a collection that was super important to me that really did me in, and I was left with an empty closet in a room that I barely wanted to go into. I would go into just to sleep, and I didn't want to look at clothes. I didn't want to look at the closet. I put the footage of the new closet in my coming soon section, and I kind of hoped that it would give me the inspiration I needed to get started, but it didn't. Instead, I had to turn my attention to other things. I knew that There was no way for me to keep going in that bedroom, and so I came to a complete stop in there. Complete stop. I didn't do anything else in there. I had to move on to other places. Bonnie even came and helped me with my scrapbook room, and that was a big help to get me excited about decluttering again. Every now and then I would check in again with myself and say, is it time to put things up on the shelves and hangers? And I would just feel like, nope, nope, I don't want to look at clothes again. Part of it was because, yes, I had gone overboard going through those t-shirts. I'm glad they're done right now. Don't get me wrong, but if I had to go back, I would do that differently. I would do it in sections of maybe 100 and see like how many can I let go of out of 100 and kind of make a game out of it and find out which week I was able to let go of the most, that kind of thing. But I kind of wondered if y'all weren't totally sick of me going through clothes, because when I say there are a lot of videos of me going through clothes, I am not understating the matter. There are a lot of videos of me going through clothes. But even if you weren't sick of it, I was sick of it. Oh gosh. My little guy likes to help me knock things over. Oh. Now you're seeing something that I have mentioned my boy doing. He likes to get on top of clothes and lie in them. And he's not the only one. Like, Clay loves to do this too. But at night, Clay will lie next to me, but Colt will often go in a pile I call Indecision Island. And he will go on the clothes there. Fun t-shirt I thought some of you might appreciate. If you know, you know. I have completely lost my place in my story, so I'm very sorry about that. Where was I? We'll just move on. Time passed. I thought, do I want to do some clothes? I would once again add the empty closet to the coming soon footage, and I am sorry for being a huge tease, because my goodness, that was uncalled for. I promise I had no malice behind it. I really was trying to motivate myself and encourage myself to go back to that room. Eventually I did get back to that room, but I just went to the hallway. I thought, you know what? I'm really sick of this shuffling dance that I'm doing to get to my bed. Like, just declutter enough to get to your bed. I did, and that made me happy. I still didn't want to go back to clothes, though. Another part of it was that I could see how much space I had to hang up clothes, and I saw how many clothes I still had. And keep in mind, the clothes that you're seeing now, these are a lot of clothes. I'm aware of this. I'm not in denial about this. I have a lot of clothes remaining. And I looked at that spot. I looked at those bars in the closet and thought, these are not all going to fit on these rods. So what am I going to do? And I kind of felt like my work had been pointless. Even though I told myself, no, that's not true. I mean, you got rid of so many clothes. I ended up sending a ton of stuff to donation. I sent 5 bags to ThreadUp, which is an online consignment shop. There is a whole playlist about how that went, so you can check that out if you were interested. But the end result of all of this work, I was left with the idea that I still would need to get rid of more. And I was so tired of going through clothes, I could just have cried. I knew it wasn't logical. I knew that I needed to kind of rein my ideas in to sort them out and figure out, okay, what's really happening here? And I realized that I was not ready to deal with the possible disappointment of not being able to fit all of my clothes in the closet. As long as the closet stayed mostly empty, I could pretend like maybe there's more room in there than I think. Maybe I'll be able to fit more things in there than I think. And there was that weird hope that wasn't true actual hope in that thought. And I completely clung to that. I thought, my piles have served me fine so far. Which is absolutely ridiculous because my laundry pile is absolutely ridiculous. The piles were so big that they were overwhelming, and I could only deal with them little by little as I ran out of various clothes. This is not a good approach. I don't actually recommend people follow it, but I needed some kind of coping mechanism to cling to, and even though that was a completely ridiculous one, I took it and I clung to it. And really what I should have just said to myself is, you are tired and you are frustrated with this project. This project is taking a lot out of you. I love that boy and I wanted to keep him on that pile, but he is a little more unsteady on his feet than he used to be, and I was just worried that he would topple over and I wouldn't be able to catch him in time. So poor guy got put down on the floor. I wish I had said to myself, we are going to take a 30-day break from this. And at the end of 30 days, we will ask ourselves if we are ready to go back to it. If we are, then great, let's go forward. If not, give yourself another 30 days. Instead, I kept coming back to it again and again, which just added to the overwhelm. Like, it didn't actually put the idea of going through the clothes out of my head. It was always in the back of my mind. And sometimes those back of the mind thoughts are helpful, but in this case, all it was doing was bringing those feelings of overwhelm and desire to not have anything to do with anything clothes related or even bedroom related. It kept bringing that to my head over and over and over and over. No wonder I didn't want to go back to the closet or anything. Is it related to clothes? Nope, not interested. Are hangers involved? Nope, not interested. Would I have to do clothes to get the work done? Nope, not interested. And thus I stayed stuck. I had big piles of laundry and I didn't want to put them away. Time passed and at least I finally stopped putting the closet footage in my coming soon segments. I even stopped doing coming soon segments because I just was never sure what I was going to be doing next. It was that crazy. And then Bonnie came over to help me work on my spare bedroom. The idea was that we were going to do that first, and then if there was time left over, we could work a little bit on the master bedroom. That didn't happen, and I'm fine with that. It's not a problem at all. I started this project thinking I will do this one step at a time, and I will keep going one step at a time. No worries. But one day I sat in my freshly cleared spare bedroom and I looked at my tree wall and I said, you know, I've got an empty closet. Maybe it's time to fill that. As if it were a brand new idea, never been considered before. And I thought, let's drop everything. Let's go in there and get to work right now. And then I was like, okay, calm down. Calm down. Let's plan this a little bit. I know I've got another box of these hangers. I had 2 bins of clothing that I had already gone through and decided that I wanted to keep, and those were kind of set nicely aside in a space that I cleared for them. I do have a video for that. Bonnie volunteered to do a bunch of my laundry that was still in a giant pile. I went in and pulled out all the underwear because I'm not making her wash my underwear. But she took everything else. Bless her. Bless her. I just can't even thank her enough for that. I thought, I am going to get these clothes onto hangers and I'm going to stuff these shelves so full that they won't even know what to do. They will cry as much as I have cried over what they put me through. Which, you know, technically I put myself through. Let's just admit that. I put myself through this. This is my doing, and I can't move on and fix it if I don't accept, okay, this is my doing. I have 100 hangers. I am not going to accept that these are all the hangers that I will need. I have ordered more hangers, and we'll talk about that. There is a a return window for those, so we'll see how this goes. And I am just going. At first, I was separating them out into piles of short sleeve, 3/4 sleeve, and long sleeve were together, and then I had a t-shirt section. But I was down to my last few hangers, as you can see. And so I thought, well, let's just put all of these remaining ones into one big pile and I'll go from there. All right. Sorting through to see what else might go. You can see I still have a bin and a third of clothes that I initially said I want to keep. I may revisit that, but we shall see when the next hangers get here. We have reached the hanging portion of this video, and I still haven't told you about what I'm really doing in here, so let me do that. There's Colt keeping me accountable. What you saw was Indecision Island over there. You'll also get another peek at it later on in the video. Oh, I love this little guy. I am hanging all of my clothes on these hangers. Well, all of my tops. Short sleeves on the top 2 rods, and then t-shirts on the bottom right, and long sleeves on the bottom left. I do have a color order. It is not a traditional order. It's one that has just worked for me and I'm really used to it, so I'm sticking with it because it works for me. As I hang things up, I am noticing which colors I have a lot of options in and which ones not so much. I am also aware that I have 98 shirts on rods by the end of this. That's because 2 of the hangers broke. I'm also aware of the fact that there are 365 days in a year. I haven't decided what this fact means in relation to what I am going to do with it in regards to how many shirts that I ultimately want. Because the fact is, I can only let go of my items at the pace that I'm comfortable with. If I push for more when I'm not ready, guess who bumped the tripod? Like I said, I love that little guy. I tried to color correct some, but it only works so far. If I try to let go of things before I'm ready, it can lead to a relapse, whether it is thinking I need to go out and get more stuff somehow, and I do not have money for more stuff. It could also send me back into overwhelm where I'm like, well, look what happened now. I feel terrible about what I let go before I was ready. And now what do I do? In that case, the answer might be, well, I don't know what you do about it, but you're not going to be doing more clothes for a while, so good luck with that. And I don't want to be stuck for several more months. I want to get through this. I want to actually use this closet that I put time and money into having done for me. I want to know if I did the right thing by pulling off the doors because I'm a butterfly, and do I really want doors? But I have no idea if that's the right decision because I haven't had clothes in my closet for ages. So how do I know? Those doors are sitting right by my front door against the wall because I want to make sure they're here if I still want them. I don't think I will, but I don't want to get rid of them before I've given this a try. So the truth is, I know that I have too many clothes even now. Someday I will need to narrow it down even further, but that day does not have to be today, and I can appreciate what I'm able to get done today. The fact that I still have too much does not have to weigh me down. It's part of the process. I have narrowed it down from a massive amount of clothes so far. I know some of you are going to think, that's still a lot of clothes though. And I agree. But I have let go of a lot of clothes. In t-shirts alone, I let go of more than 180. In leggings, I'm not sure how many, but I'm sure it was more than 100. In other shirts, I am not sure where all of those stand. I've let go of pants that don't fit. I've let go of a lot of stuff. I would say at least 400 pieces of clothing. And yes, that too is a lot of clothes. Keep in mind, I did not buy it all at once. They were purchased over time as my size went up and down. Here is this great shirt that I believe I showed you in the hallway video. I'm happy to say that I was able to get the stain out. Yay! Yay me! I love that shirt. I'm going to stop talking about how many clothes I have in comparison to the year. That is a problem for future me. And as I can go through these clothes and see which ones I actually wear, I can be able to let go of more. I even came across this pink one. I realized I have a ridiculous number of clothes in that color. So I thought I will let go of this one. I let go of, I think, 5 or 6 pieces as I was sorting through the living room ones that I just thought, I actually don't need this. So never mind. I'm not breaking decluttering world records, but every piece I let go of is a win, and I am happy about it. I did have to rest several times through the video, so that is what I did there. I'm going to be bringing in some more stuff because, of course, there's more stuff. I've got these shelves in the middle, and there's room to add at least one and maybe two more shelves. My goal eventually is to put my jeans, my daily wear leggings, pajamas, underwear, socks in little bins here so I can let go of the empty chest of drawers that is just sitting there waiting to see if I really need it. I really hope not, because that is where things went to die. Even my underwear went there to die. It is time for a new solution, and I want that space. All right, this is not a full before and after with the closet completely finished, but it is today's before and after, and I hope you'll agree that it's still pretty big. Here we go. You'll have to tell me what you think. I have got more clothes sorting to do. I did set aside a number of jacket type of things that I want to go through all at once. I know that several clothes that Bonnie washed for me, I will be able to let go of. I just wasn't able to see them before because they were buried at the bottom of a pile. There will be more to come soon. This one is for you, the one who is in a body that you don't recognize. Maybe that's because you're no longer able to do things you used to be able to do. Maybe it's because you're in constant pain. You have chronic pain, and every day is a battle. Some days you're able to get out of bed, other days not so much. Maybe you constantly have to shift position, not because you are getting comfortable, but because you're trying to find the position that is least uncomfortable. I want you to know that I see you. I see you going about the business of everyday life, whatever that looks like for you. And I see your work. I see your hard work. And I see your pain. Please know that I love you, and you are absolutely 100% not alone.